This season on Oklahoma Gardening, we will showcase affiliate member gardens of the Oklahoma Botanical Garden and Arboretum. This is a statewide network of gardens, arboreta, and parks. Today we'll begin with Myriad Botanical Garden. We're in the Crystal Bridge at Myriad Botanical Garden in downtown Oklahoma City. And I'm joined today by Alan Storjahan, manager of the gardens. Thanks for joining me today.
Well, thank you for coming. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Well, I understand you're celebrating 20 years here in the Crystal Bridge. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of this beautiful place?
Well, thank you so much. 20 years. It seems like just yesterday when the Crystal Bridge was open to the public, March 25th of 1988. A lot has happened, and the plants have sure grown a lot, you can tell.
So there's been some recent changes, I understand, in here.
It's been about a year. We did some major renovations inside the Crystal Bridge. We're standing on a new stairwell and landing here, and you can look across the entire structure and see a lot of plants, but around the plants there's been a lot of improvements made for accessibility, made a lot of things to help people get in and around the collection better, and also we've done some work on the heating and cooling system here.
Okay. Now, can you tell me a little bit about how you manage such a place? This has got to be a bit of work.
Well, we have a great crew. The Crystal Bridge is open year-round, every day of the week.
Okay.
And so we have visitors who come here from all over the world, and they're asking a similar kind of question, you know, how do you keep all these plants happy? Because a lot of the plants that are here come from many different places around the world.
Yeah.
But it was originally designed so that it could support plants from the dry desert regions, actually the very dry monsoon tropical regions, some desert plants, and then also at the other end, it's a kind of a tropical rainforest environment. So we have the ability to keep these plants happy in a large conservatory.
Okay. I've seen a lot of butterflies and even lizards. Are they part of your pest management? How do you...
The lizards really are. They're fun to find. The little anole lizards, there's maybe 5 different species of anoles in the Crystal Bridge. They're fun to find. The insect control program here is pretty much IPM. We take care of our pests mechanically. We wash off the plants every day. We remove the pests manually, but we also introduce beneficial insects that come and they prey upon the bad guys. So if we have aphids or mealybugs, or even sometimes if we have mites, those kinds of things, we introduce pests, predators, and they take care of those. The butterflies just are in here because they like it here, and they live in here, and they reproduce in here, and it's just great to see them.
It sure is. Well, let's take a look at some of your plant collections.
All right, take a look.
Let's start down in the drier area of the conservatory. I've noticed a lot of agave and other plants. Can you tell me about some of the collections shown in this region?
Yeah, this is a great part of the Crystal Bridge for all the plants that come from the dry, hot regions of the world, Madagascar, Africa, and Australia. And there's a great collection of euphorbias and aloes and agaves, and there's even some pachypodiums, that Madagascar tree palm that we have here in this end of the Crystal Bridge. It's very good, stays very sunny and warm throughout most of the year, and the plants are blooming through quite a bit of the year too.
And I noticed there's just a great diversity of some, like the euphorbia. There's so many different forms. It's really...
It is a great plant group. It looks a little strange, and people find it interesting, but it is a wonderful plant to show off those plants that come from areas of the world where the habitat is a little bit endangered, in some cases quite threatened. And we use the plants in this end of the Crystal Bridge just about more than any of the rest to tell the youth and the people who come in, the different groups, about the danger the habitats are going through, and plants that are in trouble around the world. And we can point to a lot of the plants here.
So it's a nice way to try to preserve some of the plant material.
It really is, and it's a great laboratory for students and school groups that come through. Our Rainforest Ecology Activity Program is a 4th grader program, and we have a couple thousand kids that come through that every year, and they learn about the delicate balance of life in the rainforest and also in this part of the tropics, and they also learn about the plants that are endangered from all kinds of different ways.
Well, let's take a look at some more collections.
Okay. Again, we're in a part of the Crystal Bridge now where there are quite a number of plants that come from tropical islands. And it's somewhere between the tropical rainforest and the dry tropical regions.
Okay.
And we have plants from Jamaica, Cuba, the Mascarene Islands, and places like that. And some of these are quite rare, and some of them are also endangered. And they really make for just terrific specimens in the Crystal Bridge. This is a bottle palm here beside me. And right here is a Jamaican poinsettia, which is another euphorbia, but it's commonly found in the island of Jamaica. And behind it is an old man's palm, comes from Cuba. And there are a lot of other palms and plants in this part of the Crystal Bridge that people can learn about.
Okay. I noticed also over here we have a bit of fruiting plants. I saw the pineapple down below.
Absolutely. We have a good collection of pineapples. These are variegated pineapple.
They're very
We have
pretty.
the standard large fruiting pineapple, then some dwarf red pineapples. And throughout the Crystal Bridge, we have displays of different kinds of tropical fruits, citrus. We have coconuts, bananas, carambola, which is the star fruit. And then we also have the papaya. And then we have a number of other fruiting plants in here that are really fun when people come upon them and then find fruit on it right there.
Well, we're headed into the tropical rainforest area of the Crystal Bridge here.
Yeah, this part of the Crystal Bridge is lots of fun too. Plants here come from regions of the rainforest that you find in maybe South America, maybe Asia, different places like that. And since this is more of an ornamental tropical collection, we don't try to represent any particular place, but we have plants from all over.
Okay.
And folks that come into this part of the Crystal Bridge, they'll see many different bromeliads like these right here that are on these bamboo poles. You'll see orchids attached to the trees that are living in the Crystal Bridge. You'll see plants growing in the stream here, the small Amazonian stream as we call it, that would represent the gingers and the heliconias that you'd find in the tropical rainforest.
In a rainforest, the plants grow in a lot of different niches that we don't find in other types of environments because of all the moisture. And I see you have a nice collection here.
We do. These plants are Tillandsia bromeliads, some ferns. We also have orchids that are growing on this particular tree root system. And all the epiphytic type of plants in the rainforest live on other plant parts. They live up in the tops of the trees. They'll be up there growing along. They don't have much of a root system, and they get their water from the rain and from the humidity and the mist.
Yeah, and you can see that with some of the plants that there's not much of a root system here. They're just living right off.
Exactly right. They are amazing, and some bromeliads are terrestrial. That is, they'll have a root system and live in the ground, but a lot of them don't, and they just rest up in the crotch of the branches. They rest up where the limbs are dangling out there, and they're all along this tree's root system here. They're a very nice collection of them, but we have quite a number of different kinds of bromeliads in the Crystal Bridge, orchids and ferns and other plants that you would find all over the tops of the trees in the cloud forest, in the rainforest.
Well, some of the epiphytes that we looked at were orchids, and I've noticed you have a really nice collection of orchids here in the Crystal Bridge.
Well, thank you, Kim. We do have a lot of orchids, and they'll be anywhere from 30 to 100 orchids blooming in the Crystal Bridge at any time. So when folks come to see the Crystal Bridge, they'll see something new, and they'll also see something very pretty. And if you like orchids or any other kind of blooming plants, it's a great place to come any time of the year.
Well, it sure is. And even as you move from one end of the bridge to the other, the plant life and everything is constantly changing. So there's a great diversity here.
Well, thank you. It really is. And not only do the plants change, but we also have changing exhibits. So when you come to the Crystal Bridge, you'll have the opportunity to see exhibits all the time that are new. Generally, we'll have a summer exhibit, a fall exhibit, holiday exhibit, displays and things like that. So check our website, myriadgardens.com, and you can learn about what's up at the Crystal Bridge, and come see us the next time you're in Oklahoma City.
Well, great. And as you said, it's a great place to visit all year round. Thank you for the tour today.
Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge. both classic and contemporary.